Well, let me ask you guys this question. Dana White floated this a couple of months ago, as you see that the Raiders are one of the most confusing teams in the NFL. Dana White just said it was a done deal. Gronk and Brady were going to the Raiders. And he knew that it was a done deal, and then something happened to make it fall apart. Do you believe that? Because Dana White is the one saying it, because he's volunteering information and he runs in those circles, and you have every Gronk character in your universe on God Bless Football. Do you believe, or can you find out whether that's a real thing, that the Raiders could have had Brady, not just the Dolphin stuff was true?
You want us to ask Rob's brother, is what you're saying.
I'm saying
right.
If you're going to use those people at every turn and not go to their bachelor parties and I'd like to see the Gronk family of cavemen break some story on God Bless Football because they know something.
I mean, we'll ask them. It's not typically what we do. That's not what we're trying to do. Break news, get information.
But aren't you curious?
Right.
Aren't you? You're not curious?
I mean, that they would have ended up in Vegas playing for the Raiders. I mean, they ended up in Tampa Bay. They won a Super Bowl together. I mean, I believe the story. I don't know what happened, but I believe Dana White would be in the know.
How many schemes did Tom Brady have in the hopper? Like in between the end of New England and where he is now, to have had a full investigation that happened in Miami that produced a suspension of an owner, a docking of a first-round pick, a racism lawsuit, and that would be not the only scheme that Tom Brady hatched to go somewhere else. That there was also the Vegas thing that was in play. Oh, and at the end of all of it, he ended up in... What has Tom Brady been doing these last 3 years? And it's sort of strange for the greatest quarterback of all time to have been trying to orchestrate all these maneuvers. It doesn't seem like something that... If you had asked me 3 years ago when he left New England, what do the next 3 years of this man's career look like? I would not have expected Tampa, Vegas, and Miami all hatching together harebrained ideas to try and get him into their team. It just seems like he would have picked a sort of blue ribbon franchise, decided to go quarterback them and ride into the night. It's kind of strange.
I think he did it exactly right. First off, he was trying to figure out the right situation. I think the Saints were involved there too. I think San Francisco is one of the teams that people were talking about. He went to a lousy franchise. This is how you beat Belichick. Go to the lousiest of franchises and win a Super Bowl in your first year. He did it perfectly. You go to San Francisco with a Super Bowl, not as impressive as winning one for the Tampa Bay Bucks.
But you say he did it perfectly, and what I'm asking you about what Dana White said, could he have done it for Las Vegas instead? Could he have done it for Miami instead, and we would have never seen the last 5 games of Miami football, which promises a future? You'd just be holding on. Or maybe we would have seen it, but it would have been Tom Brady, and you would have assumed that it would die soon as opposed to having 10 years of promise on it.
Ooh, I have a sports radio question for you guys. Dolphins fans out there, anyone listening, feel free, at Le Batard Show, and hashtag Doors. Tell us, if you had the opportunity, would you take a Tom Brady and Gronk one-off Super Bowl win, or what you've ended up with here with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Tua moving forward?
So you give me the guarantee of the Super Bowl as
you
opposed...
get the one Super Bowl, but now you're dealing with the
So
retirement.
you win that Super Bowl first year, Brady leaves the Patriots in exchange. So you're saying, would you take
right
that?
now
But
in
now
exchange
you have
for
it
this?
like a
Right.
4 and
You
whatever
take the
team.
Super Bowl, I would think.
Yeah,
so
Super Bowl. Easy answer.
If you asked me in August if I wanted Tom Brady now, I would have said yes.
Of course.
But after...
What if I ask you this August?
What if I'm asking you today, right now?
If you ask me today, right now, you definitely... you want to take the Super Bowl in hand, but I loathe Tom Brady to such a degree that I don't know if I want my one Super Bowl in a lifetime to come with him at quarterback.
What do you want?
You're holding on to your loathing for Brady, though? Don't you think that much of that is dissipated?
No, he ruined my life for 18 years.
That's a bit much.
I mean, he did. Like, for as long as
I'm
I've
with
been,
you. I feel you.
For as long as I've been a football fan, I guess, except for when he comes to Miami, but like every year I just get to watch that dude win the division by 4 games. I'm supposed to appreciate that? No.
Stugotz doesn't loathe Tom Brady.
I respect him. Yeah.
He's beaten the loathing out of most people, I thought. Like, 5 or 6 years ago, I didn't think there was much loathing left. Like, I thought that Tom Brady had begrudgingly beaten the respect out of all of us, that you can't help but in real time be like, oh, this is Jordan. I'm living in Jordan's time. There will never be anything like this. We will go and have the arguments about Montana and everyone else, and they will all seem stupid because this will never be allowed to be again. The last victory of Tom Brady's career before the $375 million for a job we don't know he can do is all of us must genuflect. Yes, you're the greatest. Sorry we ever doubted anything about you.
I think I can do both of those things. I can appreciate that Tom Brady, who at many points in his career I didn't think was the best quarterback, even when he was winning 4 and 5. After 28-3 for Belichick and Brady to go, all right, well done, fair play. You guys have won football forever. But
that's actually how you did it, huh?
But that doesn't mean that
blackjack dealer
right,
slapping your hands.
Like
okay,
I can still see you doing that.
Right.
You win forever.
Yeah,
Super Bowl
win
parties
forever.
at your mansion would be so lame. That's what's going. Fair play. Everybody go home. Drive safe.
But like I can appreciate.
I have you actually being the dealer at the blackjack table.
Yeah.
Tom Brady has won, and now you're just going and eating a sad dinner out of the Tupperware dish during your break in the back of the Vegas casino.
Sad pasta that I brought into work, leftover from the night before.
I'd feel so good if you were my dealer, though. Like, I know there's no cheating going on, nothing nefarious. Like, you're going to be dressed to the nines, hair in perfect place. I'd feel good about you being my
I'd be
dealer.
a bad dealer, though. Bad shuffler. I'm 30 years old.
I'm with you.
I don't know.
I
I
can't
don't know how to
shuffle.
shuffle cards.
Yeah.
And also,
Wow.
the good dealers, they flick them out, like just one after the other. Every once in a while, though, you get whenever the cooler comes in and puts like one card.
Slows it down.
Like it's like, no, man, come on. We had a good pace going. Let's get this cranked up. What are we doing?
I can't. So, like, this hypothetical that I created was: would you take a guaranteed Super Bowl over the next like 4 years of potential to make it to the Super Bowl? And your answer was, I'd just rather not win a Super Bowl than win one with Tom Brady, which seems kind of crazy. Like, I made a similar statement across the hall the other day, where Lewis and Tony were trying to get together like an office pool for Powerball. And I turned to Tony and I said, I'd rather lose Powerball than win with you. And I walked back in here and I thought that it was kind of rude, but like, that's the exact same thing you're doing with Tom Brady.